Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to put this video under my What's in My Bookcase playlist. Technically it is a haul video, but I know that sometimes people like to look at that playlist because it's all books all the time. I also think that these are purchases made during my October retreat. So because there are so many, I am going to be doing this in two parts. Guess who I had in mind when I saw this coloring book? 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count. Carol. There are a lot of chickens. Well, it's all chickens. Now, I believe some of them were colored. I guess the other thing that I thought was kind of cool here, and these would be great for fussy cutting, is that they actually, well, I shouldn't say. There is no chicken in the world that looks like that, but I was going to say that maybe they were trying to offer some suggestions, but is this not the best thing ever? Anyway, this video will be, I'll try to go through the bigger books. 10 Days to Edition Mastery. So it's basically, one of those workbooks that you put your kid through the paces, particularly maybe if they need help with a certain subject. So I didn't notice it at the time, but these that are kind of divided down the middle would make great signature pages. So again, lots to choose from here. And because I have so much to get through, I won't be spending too much time on any particular book. I should also say that I very much appreciate you as subscribers, as viewers, as people who give me a thumbs up, who comment. I mean, otherwise, if you weren't doing that, I'd just be a crazy lady talking to herself. So you're actually helping my mental health. So thank you for doing that. Oh, I haven't been measuring anything. I'm slipping. This one is landscape. It's 9 1/4 by about 10 1/2. Field notes from an adventurous life, a guided journal. And you can just tell it's going to be interesting based on that. What is that, a 56 olds? Look at these end papers. Created and published with love by Atria Senior Living Incorporated. So these end papers are really cool. Now it said guided journal, so of course there are areas that, where you could put something. The first person I greeted today was, currently my favorite expression is, so quotes. And again, I love the landscape pages because they lend themselves naturally to becoming folios. Remember those kind of little stools? Our idea of God tells us more about ourselves than about Him. Thomas Merton. Typical. The parent's mouth is always open when they're trying to get some food into a baby. I thought there were a lot of possibilities here. And completely mint condition. Okay, these are soft cover ideals. and I won't spend, you know, obviously we've all seen them, we love them, we use them. So Harvest, Mother's Day, I don't know what that one is, and Easter. So I'll put those aside. Now this one is Inspiration, so that maybe sounds, oh, look how cool those are. Oh, love that. So, 1970. So I don't know, I guess every so often maybe they did a special compilation of something or other. They're calling this Inspiration. I'll just take a quick peek at one of these others and see what the year is. 69. That's lovely. Oh, somebody yanked out the page there. And this one is Roman numerals. I don't know. Okay, there are now 3 hardcover ideals. Thus It Is Written. Oh, that's kind of beat up. Biblical Scrolls of Passages Engrossed and Illuminated. Okay, 1961. So let's see what we have here. Oh, see, yes, this is... And the nice thing about these is that, you know, you're really not having to choose between 2 good sides. This is as much a surprise for me as it is for you. Because, you know, when you're in the thick of the moment, a person doesn't stop and look at every single page, especially if you know that it's something that a publisher, an author, an illustrator. Ooh, this seems kind of creaky. No, it's not the book, it's my joints. Okay, so this one was called Friendship. Do we have a year? See, they're kind of the edges. Luckily, it's just the edges that are stuck together slightly. Unbelievably gorgeous, but why is there no date? And this one, oh, twins. Okay, this one has a date, 1961. Oh, 1961. Look at the difference in color. Must be 2 different print runs. Anyway, they're both beautiful. Okay, I said I was going to be quick. An Historical Atlas of Canada. 11, just over 11 by almost 9. 1937. Look, at some points, some used book girl, was, and it's a 1927 publication, was trying to sell this for $15. Clearly, I did not pay that. So it's got all of these, the paper is really nice, these sorts of tables, and not tables, but lists, and so those pages. I love using pages like that with napkins because it provides such a nice design. Is there any? These are all notes on the maps. My goodness. Ah, finally a map. So Canada migration. Now this map says 1927. So our province, Alberta, was just about 20 years old at that point. I mean, since it became, you know, what's the word? Anyway, these maps are cool because of the soft pastel-y colors. Anyway, you've seen atlases before. Where's that fish? Hide and seek science. 11 by 8 1/4. Not very many pages in here. A typical kids book. But again, who can beat the color? Look at that. And of course, if a person doesn't like the, you know, the text box there, then it's easy enough to cover that up. Person could also fussy cut if they so chose. Oh my goodness, I didn't know this existed. Swimming leaf. You get the feel for that. This one, 9 by 11, it's just prairie. Pristine landscape cover or style. And of course, living on the prairie, I'm sort of drawn to things like, oh, these are glossy pages and they're photographs. But as I've said before, it is possible to deglossify pages. Look at those owls. When I was a kid, we had one of those. That was probably good aerobic activity, pumping, pumping, pumping. Weathered barn, weathered wood on the grain elevators. Lovely. Obviously, now that I'm showing you these, I can take a closer look at you know, page by page, because I haven't had that opportunity. Okay, I always call these like a Walter Foster book, but it's actually Grumbacher Art Library book. 10.5 by 12. The Art of Landscape Painting. And again, if you saw my tree journals, you know that I used images like this. That can all be fussy cut and used in an art journal. These little guys could all be cut out and the basis for dangles or snippets. Never pass these guys up. And in that spirit, here's a Walter Foster book. This one is about, my ruler isn't that long, about over 13 inches by 10 1/4. The Magic of Flower Painting. And it is a Walter Foster book. I have used these oversized images to cover a thicker piece of smooth cardboard, to turn them into writing boards for journals. And this is kind of a novelty too, to have landscape pages, because that, you know, cut the margin off and you've got some beautiful pages for just to use as folio pages. I have more than one of these. Well, I have a copy that I've had forever. I've never had it I've never seen it in a box. I was going to say, look at how pristine that is. It hasn't been cracked open, but that's not true. Someone put a Post-it in there. 1981, my dear sister Hattie. This paper is scrumptious. The blue edging doesn't hurt one little bit either. There are a few little it's a book thing from a bookstore in BC. Uh-oh. Forget the bit about pristine. But look at how lovely this is. I might have to do a video just on harvesting from a book like this. Make a note of that, someone. Ay, ay, ay. Now this one is called Tapestries of Life. It's 11 by 9. Oh, it's got this tying, this thing that is coming, that is loosened over time, despite the double or triple knot. Okay, tapestry, and this is sort of a padded, it feels padded. 1979, I don't know why all those, and those look like kid signatures. Let's see what's in here. Again, index pages, love them. Index of authors and other sources. Some blank ones, so it, and this could easily be, oh, and look, it's, because it's just bound with 3 holes in that tie, it'll be so easy to take this apart. Although, no, the whole block is glued together, but even so. So a page like this could easily be turned on its side, and then you have side borders. Okay, so it looks like it's poetry and photography, or little, you know, snippets of stories. No. So some of it looks like, yeah, some scripture divided up by different, okay, so, you know, like a typical quote, challenge, childhood, days to come, and so on. And again, the paper is gorgeous. That would be good in a Christmas journal, even though it's not overtly Christmas. And maybe this is geared towards children. $1974. Don't have the time to investigate that any further. Look at this beautiful book. 12 by 10 1/4. Love Your Neighbor, Stories of Values and Virtues, illustrated by Jacqueline Rogers. About the artist, born, raised in Connecticut, blah, blah, blah. Look at that crow. Are you seeing stripes? Reminds me of that old joke where the guy goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I'm seeing spots." Have you seen a doctor? Oh, sorry, I buggered that up. So the illustrations are beautiful, and they're, you know, they're kind of landscapey, so they could easily become pockets without losing too much. And if they alternate, well, not that one. You know, sometimes you can score where one will be at the bottom of this side and at the top on the other side. Because, you know, there could be a global shortage of things to fuzzy cut and book pages. So we've got to try to squeeze every single thing out of it. Never done a bee journal, but I think I have stuff collected for it. Boris Natasha and the Giant Beet. Okay, what is this? science. Okay, it's a little over 12 and it's 9. So, Optical Illusions. Science Factory. You can tell by the colors it's geared towards children. Looks, oh yes, I flipped through this. It's interactive, but it has these, not interactive, but it has these punch outs where you can make, I guess, different things. Now, this is a bit hard on the eyes, I must say. So different things that you can make that I guess can give you a headache. And there is a scientific thing at play. So this is kind of cool. Now the paper is heavier, I guess, so these, oh, look an eyeball. So that, you know, it can withstand the little fingers that might hold it. Where's Waldo? 10 by 12-ish. Even these little frames here. Oh, so checklist. So these are the things that you're trying to, page by page. Do not adjust your sets. I know what it is. Have you seen a doctor? No, just spots. Let's tackle this pile. Well, we'll do them one by one. Okay, this is a teacher's key to Arithmetic 4, 11 by 8.5. Speed drills and tests. So this is one of those deals. It's great because it's got the two-tone, as though, you know, someone had actually written in those answers. So kind of just more of the same, then you end up with tables and, oh, and a book pocket. How people lived. Windows on the world, 11 and a bit by 9. So somebody ripped something out here. This one is practically falling out of its cover as we speak. And I will just remind you to save these meshy bits because they make great decorations anywhere you need a textural element. So it could be, you know, on a pocket, on a page. Let me lay that gently to the side there. Okay, how people lift. So look at the opportunities for fussy cutting. Index, you can always count on an index. And then all of these little things that are, you know, most of them relatively easy to fussy cut. Italian Renaissance, a monastery. So it just, I mean, it's just so darn cute. Medieval England. Home with the Vikings. And then these things too are perfectly shaped for turning into pockets or cards or whatever you choose. China. Oh, and look at these guys. Yeah, 2 pages of people to cut out. Okay, 50 bedtime stories, a collection of exciting new stories, 12 by 9. Again, beautiful end papers. How are we doing here for screenshot and time? 1996. Looks like maybe a husband and wife or a brother-sister scenario. A hedgehog family. Love it. Mr. Wolf Speedboat. Haven't heard that version. Father Bear does the washing up. Ooh, he's so enlightened. I hope Mama Bear is sitting around eating bonbons or something. Cute. Cute, cute. Look at these little pudgy little guys with they're all bundled up for the weather. Beautiful. Okay, what have we here? Hammond's Modern Atlas. So this one is smidge over 12, 9.5. So this looks old. Let's see. Book plate. I enjoy sharing my books as I do my friends, asking only that you treat them well and see them safely home. Yeah. Honestly, I have to say I've never been selfless enough. 1952. I've never been selfless enough in most cases to ever lend anybody a book. I mean, that's not totally, that's not true in every occasion, but I would rather buy a copy and give them something than hope that I get my own back. Holy cow. Europe in 1648. Europe in 1763. Look at those colors. You know what I'm going to say here, so I won't. Those photos are pretty cool, too. Index of the United States. Look at these colors. Oh, yeah, 1952. Did we forget to include Canada in this one? Come on. The heck. Thought I saw North America here, but hate to say it, guys, there's more to North America than just the U.S. Oh, look at that. We got 2 pages. Not bitter, not bitter. Okay, this one, about an inch spine. A second treasury. Well, let's do a first treasury. A treasury of the world's greatest fairy tales. Almost 11 by 8. Now, that is quite the proclamation to make, so let's see if they live up to it. 1972. The illustrator is somebody called Fratelli Fabri Editori from Milan. So there. The illustrations are 1966, copyright 1966. Lovely discoloration. Gorgeous. gorgeous. Some of these might be a bit big for some pages, but that's okay. We have other books with smaller ones. See, to me, this looks like the illustrator has changed, but yet it doesn't name anyone else, so anyway. I guess artists have more than one style as well, so. Look at those guys, how cute. Kid in a high chair. Sweet. And this is a second treasury. Obviously the size is the same. Let's see what year this one is. 72. Same illustrator. Printed in Italy. So very similar in nature to the other one. Look at those guys. I just love this. All the time I've wasted on grown-up topics, grown-up images, when there's this world of kids and reliving one's childhood. An enhanced version of one's childhood. Maybe I will, I've got this giant one here, I should pull it out just so that I can sort of say I've been through the biggest ones. Atlas of Space Exploration. This is going to be 13 by 10. Oh, this is falling over. Let me do this first. I went to a library, and they have a sale rack, and they some of their publications, I mean, it was slim pickings as far as the actual books, but I did pick up 4, this is really big, so about 14 by almost, well, 10 3/4. I did pick up a few magazines, again, not because I really need them, but sometimes it's just great to see something other than the usual stuff you see, as well as images that would be good for art journals, glue books and stuff like that. So this one is the New York Review of Books, and what year? Oh, new, 2023. So I'll just get that one out of the way. And back to this one. Now I have a grandson that, oh, but this is pencil, so I should be able to erase it. Somebody's been marking some of these constellations. I have a grandson who is interested in becoming an astronaut, so I think this one is going in my suitcase. Okay, I'll just have to erase those marks. Maybe I'll end on this one. This is a binder as you can clearly see. 2-inch spine, McCall's Cooking School, step-by-step instructions for mistake-proof recipes. 10.5. You know, if I spent as much time studying and trying recipes and learning some of those basic techniques as I do shopping for and deconstructing these things, I'd be a better cook. 1986, so that's not exactly yesterday, is it? Nice. This almost feels textural. So there are, as you can see, many tabs. The cover itself is sort of like a white, clean, vinyl-y thing. Cooking School. Appetizers. Now these pages are heavy. Are they all heavy? Fairly heavy, and look at the illustrations. My goodness, there's hardly, well, have we come to a page that isn't loaded with photos? No, we haven't. So I should look in here and see if there's any Christmassy stuff that, fruitcake. Do they have holiday delights? Yeah, if there's anything Christmassy, it would be in this tab. Cooking pumpkin. Oh, that wasn't very big, was it? Anyway, many, many, many possibilities with this. During an online auction, I once bid on a bookcase of books. A bookcase of books. And 90% of them were cookbooks. So I have cookbooks galore. None of them were vintage. But you will see them surfacing again over the next while. So guys, that is going to conclude this episode of What's in My Bookcase. There will be, of course, the following Sunday, there will be another one. So please stay tuned. It is a mixed bag of things, everything from, kids' books to art books to cookbooks. But isn't that how we like it? Anyway, thanks for joining me. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. If you like what you see, I always appreciate a thumbs up and a comment. If I don't already know you, please identify yourself by your first name so I can address you accordingly. And yeah, there will be more where this came from. Thanks, guys. Bye.